Thank you very much, Rick. That was fabulous, and I certainly learned something about Mr. Olafson. That's great stuff. Our next performance will be called The Christmas Visitor, and while they're just getting ready for that, I'll tell you one more quick story. I love to do a lot of hiking, and one of the best places in Newfoundland to hike is right here in Bay Roberts and Coley's Point and Portagrave, all these lovely peninsulas. You can go out and hike for hours and hours on end. And when we were young fellas, we were hiking, myself and one of my buddies were hiking down around the Mad Rocks, now the Shoreline Heritage Walk, a beautiful place. But years ago, it was a little wild and woolly. We found this great big hole. I guess it's since been filled in, but we found this hole down there. And we couldn't figure out how deep the hole was, so we decided to pick up a rock about the size of a basketball and toss it in the hole. And it went down and down and down, and we never heard it hit. So we said, well, maybe we haven't got a big enough rock. So we went and we found another one about the size of a small stove, and it took us about half an hour to roll it over to the edge. And we rolled the rock down, and it fell down the hole, and we never even heard it hit. So we said, we're doing something wrong. We looked around a bit more, and we found a piece of railroad tie. And that was probably about 20 feet long. And we said, well, it took us almost all afternoon to get it over the edge of the hole. And we tossed it in the hole, and it started to fall and fall and fall, and we never heard it hit bottom. And a minute later, we see this black and white goat come running out of nowhere, all out. And he jumped in the hole behind the railroad track, and he went, nah, nah. And he had to catch his breath, nah. Never heard him hit bottom. And we couldn't believe it. And we seen this old farmer from up in the east end of Bay Roberts come down, and he had to look around and he said, boys, he said, did you happen to see a black and white goat? And we told him the story about the goat jumping in the hole. He said, boys, he said, you're foolish. That couldn't be my goat. My goat was tied to a piece of railroad track. Anyway, The Christmas Visitor.